Is it done? Did you dispose of the body?
What?
Remember, don't use the bathtub.
Is this the founder?
You know too much and I'm coming for you.
Founder, it's Dina.
Dina?
From the society?
What
was all that about body disposal?
Oh, that's just something I do to ward off telemarketers.
You know those are recordings, right?
Yes. How'd we get on this subject? Who is this?
Dina Flowers. Well, Dina Ronayne now. I got married. I used to be a regular.
Right.
Clan of the Cave Bearer?
I don't know what to say. That was terrible. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna watch Splash.
Yeah, I think...
The Star Wars Holiday Special.
Oh my god. Why?
I'm back in town.
Where did you go?
I moved away.
When?
Months ago.
No.
What?
You never left. You keep nagging me for the rent.
That's your roommate.
Didn't you kidnap me?
That was Kelly.
Are you the one who keeps dying?
That's Sam. That was David. Other David. Brian. Michelle. Larissa. Hazelnut. Rob. Matt.
That...
Brett. Look, just skip to the part where you remember who I am. Better?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
Fine, have it your way. Anyway, I'm back in town. I just wanted to see you all and see what you're up to.
Well, I got manacled by a neurotic clown and we all fought off a demon who loves musicals. How are you doing?
Well, I got a Japanese peace lily for my new place. Oh, and I have a perfect movie for...
Also, I just remembered there's this absurd new internet fad where everyone's trying to find the one bad film I don't like and break my will.
Fad? What fad? I've never heard of such a thing.
So you don't know anything about it?
Not a thing.
You just wanted to see the old gang?
Absolutely.
And you happen to have a film for us?
Absolutely.
And it has nothing to do with breaking my will?
Absolutely.
You're not really Dina, are you?
Absolutely not gonna fall for that.
Okay then, I'll see you after I look into the camera and say, shall we begin, and commence to the opening credits.
That's really specific.
Shall we begin?
Best international currency in the world.
That's opium. Shanghai. A place of mystery.
Attend him.
Sean Penn, Madonna.
You deceitful, jelly-spine, backstabbing bastard!
You're crazy, you know that?
What did you say, Mr. Waisley? I can't hear you.
Metro Goldwyn Mayer presents Shanghai Surprise.
Good day to you, and welcome to another edition of the Cinema Schlock Society. They say celebrity marriages never last. What, are you expecting a rebuttal? They don't. Not that I'm saying that love isn't a worthwhile endeavor. Even vainglorious actors in denial of their self-loathing should attempt to find happiness with one another, but one can't deny the painful truth that a life of infamy is tantamount to a life of undesirable scrutiny. Your life is no longer yours, and you find yourself beset on all sides by paparazzi, stalkers, or, well, just paparazzi. This combined with the punishing work schedules that in many extreme cases put one, quite literally, half a world away from the other. Long-distance relationships are mostly missed and hit, so you can only imagine what sort of strain that puts on a relationship while one is in Los Angeles and the other one is in Hong Kong. Of course, when it came to the celebrity couple of today's example, I can't imagine becoming violent and physically abusive is what one does to ignite the passion in a relationship. I admit it has been a while since I've been in a relationship.
No shit, Sherlock.
But I'm positive that beating your significant other is a no-no, no matter how you spin it. Hence the dissolution of the marriage between pop queen Madonna and self-proclaimed god among men Sean Penn. Look it up, I'm very sure he probably tried to form a religion around himself so he could get tax-exempt status. Believe it or not, these two were actually considered to be a power couple, hence why they tried to bank on it with today's example, Shanghai Surprise. Produced by former Beatle George Harrison for his company Handmade Films, a company that had earned massive success with films such as Monty Python's Life of Brian, Time Bandits, and With Bill and I, the latter of which this person masturbates to every scene with Paul McGann. Seeing as they earned a notoriety for being an experimental studio, they decided, let's cast Madonna as a 1930s missionary.
Like a virgin.
Sure.
Touched for the very first time?
Yeah.
It's the first time for everything.
Missionary, little boring, but tried and true.
And Penn as a con man, as they go on a big chase for opium. Are we sure this film isn't just live footage of them on a shopping trip?
I'm getting the impression that you don't like the movie.
Oh please, do I look like an insecure white male Republican who gets all bent out of shape whenever an actress says there's not enough diversity among film critics? No, I'm not going to review bomb the film before I see it. I do hate Sean Penn though. While earning some praise for George Harrison's musical contributions, the film was almost universally destroyed to the point where advertising was pulled after the disastrous first run in theatres, and the film was promptly buried and is only mentioned when pompous film enthusiasts say Gigli is the 21st century equivalent to Shanghai Surprise, because everyone remembers when Madonna did this.
It's turkey time. Gobble, gobble.
I'm sorry, I'm projecting clips from my spank bank. While I alleviate this problem, I shall introduce our panel. You lot, introduce yourselves.
I'm Jarman Day.
Brett Carson.
David, but in a way, aren't we all?
Also, welcome back,
Dina.
She says that, I have no idea why.
You say that, and the rest of us don't know why.
Now, have any of you lot seen this film before? If so, tell us. If not, tell us.
I have not seen Shanghai Surprise, and I've heard nothing about it, so I have no idea what's in store for me, but I'm very excited.
I have not seen Shanghai Surprise. I know it has Madonna and Sean Penn.
All I know is this movie was featured on a trashy cable station, saying it's possibly one of the worst movies ever made. So,
I have not seen this movie before. However, I should admit, or probably shouldn't admit, that I did see Who's That Girl in the theaters. I'm not proud of that fact. I doubt this could be worse, but hey, anything's possible.
And what do you anticipate from your experience watching this film?
You know, Sean Penn and Madonna had gotten married at this point and decided to do this movie together. I do not know if this movie contributed to the collapse of that marriage, but from what little I've heard, I wouldn't be surprised.
this movie will contribute to the end of everything.
Okay.
Oh, Lord, it's that bad.
Fair enough.
But seriously, guys, if you've never seen Who's That Girl, man, it was terrible.
So there was domestic violence issues in their marriage. Was it after this film or before, or did it cause it?
From what I read a little bit about it, and apparently the plot is ridiculous even by ridiculous standards.
Is it even based in Shanghai?
This movie causes death and destruction.
This is Shanghai Surprise.
A world.
I'd skip that one.
Run for hell!
Missionaries and a glow-in-the-dark Thai salesman do not just stroll up to people and ask if they've seen 1,000 pounds of opium lying around.
I came in here really bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and wanted to watch a bad movie for fun, but I was wrong. It was terrible. I don't know what I was thinking. I never want to come back here. Save me.
But wait! Founder, aren't you going to tell us what you think?
Look, I know you're new to this whole thing.
God damn it!
But I'm actually trying this new thing where I'm putting the society's feelings over my own. So don't worry, I'll put my 2 pence in a bit.
Chinese Concubine, Madonna, and a score by George Harrison. Have to admit, you finally topped Savoy Truffle, dude. Pretty honkin' terrible, yeah.
Well, okay, let's start off. Madonna had the acting ability of an inanimate carved rod. The chemistry between Sean Penn and Madonna was equaled at least by the chemistry between Anakin and Padme and Attack of the Clones. The writing was terrible, the acting was terrible, and I think the most egregious thing of all, Madonna was still a ginormous superstar, which is the only reason why she got this role. And you didn't have her do the soundtrack? Seriously? What the hell were you guys thinking?
I only have one thing to say.
Though, to be fair, I didn't say stop.
I'm trying to make me happy.
Though, to be fair, megastar though Madonna was even at the time, just the phrase "former Beatle," and still,
Just there was no plot anyone cared about. It didn't make any sense. It was pretty at times, good costumes, but then the racism overshadowed that, so it didn't really matter.
It was the 80s. You wouldn't have noticed that too much back then.
That's the spirit, everybody!
Oh, that's a terrible spirit. And then the rape scene where Madonna rapes Sean Penn, and that happened.
managing to make it unerotic
Yeah.
somehow.
You made a sexy with Madonna unerotic. That's kind of impressive.
That's a feat.
Yeah.
That's a feat.
A missionary rapes a man in order to convince him to get opium. What is happening?
Terrible, just terrible.
I did a search for it. It's not available on Netflix. It's not available on HBO. It's not available on Showtime. It's not available on Starz. It's not available on Amazon. I didn't get to eBay.
I came here my own volition, and that's a mistake.
The hands... I mean, were we trying to do a really bad Doctor Strangelove reference?
The one finger like this so you can smoke a cigarette.
Yeah. He couldn't do anything else, but he could smoke a cigarette. Oh, yeah, and apparently crush somebody's hands.
It was out of the Colonel from Young Frankenstein.
Hello.
You want to do it again?
Can't get enough.
Astounding.
But bad, we can all agree bad.
We can agree.
We can all agree bad.
Bad.
All of us.
Bad.
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 So you're finally going to tell us you hated it?
Why would I do that?
Because you hate the movie.
Who said I hated the movie?
Didn't you say?
I said I hated Sean Penn, but even I am man enough to admit that the bastard actually is a very good actor.
Are you serious?
Sean Penn plays a Weasley, uncouth ne'er-do-well who stumbles through every misadventure, befuddled and lecherous, and thus Penn is perfectly in his element as he smarms across the screen looking like a perverted New Jersey car salesman. And he fits in perfectly with this absolutely balmy film. Where many critics called it flop suey, for me this film is a veritable poo-poo platter of insanity. If Penn's character stood alone in this madness, the film would be as dead as the production company that made it. Instead, this film has morally dubious missionaries who can't recognize a duck from a chicken, a prostitute named China Doll, and a sadistic police officer with ceramic hands, all clamoring for opium. As far as romantic caper comedies go, if you find me another one like it, and I'll show you a plaid dog. Yes, I grant you, Madonna is still terrible in this, but it's the sort of terrible that miraculously works in this film.
Alright, did you start your morning with a shot of crazy espresso today?
Oh, okay, you seem really invested in me hating things. If I didn't know better, I'd swear you had some rage issues. Look, you are gonna need to mellow out if you ever want to blend in with the rest of the society.
I have been
Making a spectacle of yourself. Seriously, there's a boba tea place across the street. Go over there and chill out. As for the rest of us, there's a lot of hostile vibes going on around here, so I elect for the next session, let's just take it down a notch with a nice, simple chaser. In the meantime, I am the founder, this is the Cinema Schlock Society, and check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yes, it is me. No, it is a bust. Yes, I know. I know I spent countless time getting voice lessons and countless dollars getting plastic surgery. I had to pick the one member he didn't remember. Yes, I know she was in prior episodes. No, I have no idea where the real Dina is.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh God, there's only 8 months until Life Day. Gotta protect my babies. Protect my babies. We celebrate a day of peace, a day of... It does not matter. It did not work. The man is either crazy or fucking evil. Are you truly sure that he is your...
Excuse me? Who the fuck are you and what are you doing in my roommate's house?
Ah!